Hey everyone, thanks for stopping by my channel. I'm Rachel and I share what my family has for dinner every week. It's been sort of a tough day at home. It's Sunday and I just had things to do, like get my video completed and uploaded. I was a little stressed about that. And some other things that I was working on around the house, kitchen projects and whatever. I didn't think that I was going to eat dinner tonight, but I'm hungry. It's like 7:30 right now. Nobody's home except me. My granddaughter was here last night, spent the night with me. She went home this afternoon around 2:30 or 3. And I've just been kind of catching up on house chores since she left. And I made a loaf of sourdough bread in my bread maker, but I messed it up. And I forgot to put the paddle in, so I had to empty it, go back and put my paddle in, and because nothing was mixed up. And then, I don't know, it kind of messed up the process, and I got a half a loaf, so I'm taking one of my slices and putting it in the toaster. I'm just going to make some eggs to go with it. So we're just going to do a little bit of sausage, some fried eggs, and a piece of toast. A thick piece of toast. Just love the crispiness from the sourdough bread, especially when it's toasted. So crunchy. Put some good butter on there, and we're going to call it good. That's my dinner today. Dinner today is going to be a 2-for-1, meaning in one pot I'm making chili. I have a roll of ground beef. I've got a little bit of water in the bottom because I'm working with mostly frozen. I did put this in the microwave and thawed it out for a little bit, but my turkey is still, yeah, it's getting there. But we're going to just add a little water and then do the scrape and peel method. And over here I have another roll of ground beef. Because my son does not like chili, let's move the handle where I can get a hold of it. I'm making some hamburger helper as well. And by hamburger helper, it is the Velveeta shells and cheese with ground beef. I'm going to work on getting an onion cut up. I don't have a lot of veggies to put in my chili this time because I've used all my peppers. The only kind of pepper that I have is like the pickled jalapenos, and I don't want to add those to my chili. I don't want to have a vinegary taste in there. But I did grab some Rotel, the hot, with habaneros, so that'll be fun. We like spicy food, so, you know, you can dial it back any way you want to, but that's what we're going with for a change, kind of. But anyway, these onions are turning out quite big, and I might just leave them that way. Just might leave them huge. There, that works. I'm not very coordinated today, but oh well. So I did have to stop at Dollar General to get some of the ingredients for chili today because I still haven't ordered groceries. But there was a Dollar General near my son's school, so that's where I went. And I just have one more onion left, so we're going to use that. And I'm going to add light red kidney beans as well as a can of chili beans. I like to mix it up. My absolute favorite chili is made with turkey, but I don't usually make it that way, but today I am. I'm going to use a can of tomato paste and then the Rotel. And then for the other Just gonna use this ultra processed Velveeta shells and cheese. And because it is ground turkey, I'm going to go ahead and season this really well with some garlic powder. And I picked up a can of black pepper while I was in Dollar General. I'm gonna use a bunch of that. Let's give it some salt. Now that I've drained this meat, I'm just going to slide those onions in so they can get to cooking. Alright, let's add the tomatoes. I'm doing 2 cans because you know tomatoes are one of my favorite foods. I have drained my kidney beans and those are going in as well. Nope, I found a little bit of meat still lurking in my colander. Next, I'm adding a can of kidney beans that I have rinsed. I bought this can of chili beans, and it's pinto beans and chili sauce. I was not thinking about the sugar and all of the other ingredients. So when I read it, I was like, no, it's some things I've been trying to avoid, so I just rinsed it off. So I added a couple of cans of water to the pot as well while I was talking. And next I'm going to add a can of tomato paste. All right, and while I was a little skeptical about the chili beans, I have this in my spices, and I'm not really sure if it's unhealthy or not, but it says salt, chili, pepper, paprika, dehydrated onion, spices, whatever that means, spices, dehydrated garlic, and rice concentrate. I don't know, I was thinking about giving it a try. I'm pretty sure that spices is code word for salt. Let's stir that up. Anyway, we'll find out. Can't be that bad for your health, right? Once in a while. Now I've removed the ground beef from this pan and I just added some water to boil, and I'm using 2 boxes of the Velveeta shells and cheese. I have drained the pasta and I already had the meat already drained. The burner is turned off. It is just still very hot, so I'm going to try to work quickly here. Just get these 2 cheese pouches added. Stir it in. Alright, so that's pretty much it for this one. I am going to sprinkle on a lot of black pepper. That's just how they like it, so a lot. We don't play around with the black pepper. Just simmer on low in the magic pot here, because I think it just tastes better when it has a long time to cook. The crust part of the bread that I made yesterday. So I had a friend that, well, I have a friend, said that in past tense, that eats peanut butter bread with her chili. And the other day, somebody on YouTube was making chili, and she said her secret ingredient was a little bit of peanut butter. So I don't know, I've just got it on my mind right now that I want some peanut butter bread with my chili. And I'm using Crazy Richard's 100% peanuts, natural peanut butter. So hopefully this tastes good. I've never had it before, but it is the kind that you have to stir. I should have got a longer utensil so I could get some of that from the bottom. And I have no problem with natural peanut butter. I like it. But I've just never had this brand. I hope it's good. It looks really good. You just have to get down to the bottom to get the thick stuff. And I'm so sorry, I just realized I didn't even have my kitchen light turned on. And it's kind of a gloomy day, so I definitely need my lights on. This is spicy. And I'm sure it's just the Rotel, but yeah, it's got some kick to it. But that is what's for dinner on this cold and gloomy Monday. Let me know if you eat peanut butter bread with your chili. Well, I just wanted to let you know that that peanut butter is very good. And I also wanted to add some cheese to my chili, but the only cheese I have is this mozzarella still, so that's the cheese I'm going to use. Here it is, Wednesday, and I am in this clip making a sugar-free like cheesecake dessert, but my husband and my son began having a personal conversation in the background, so I am editing that part out and doing a voiceover. And to get this dessert started, I just started by making up a batch of whipped cream using some heavy cream and a little bit of Swerve to sweeten it up. And then I just scooped out some into a bowl and put it aside. Then I mixed in a sugar-free pudding mix. It was the cheesecake flavor, and then also a block of cream cheese. It's pretty basic and pretty easy. You just blend that all together. I did come back in off camera and add a couple tablespoons of milk just to get the texture that I wanted. And then I just scooped it all into a pecan pie crust. Well, I was right in the middle of getting dinner ready, and I'm making breakfast for dinner and decided I wanted something like a dessert as well. So it was kind of one of those let's stop everything kind of moments and whip something up. Was wanting a sweet treat tonight. All right, I am making some bacon and some sausage right now. And here in the skillet, I'm just adding some olive oil. I'm gonna dump in some mushrooms and some onions. I'm gonna do a little bit of salt and some pepper and some garlic powder. And I'm gonna toss, toss, toss. I'm making an omelet tonight, or omelettes, not one. That would be mean. But anyway, I want to use this same pan, so I want to make sure that I'm not charring anything to the bottom. I don't want to give my eggs anything to stick to. Now I'm going to remove some of the onions and mushrooms onto a separate plate. And I'm going to add a handful of spinach. I'm going to grab a couple of those that have really long stems and just pinch them off. Alright, it only takes a couple seconds to get your spinach wilted. Let's get that out of there so we can get started on the egg part of the omelet. I just mixed 3 eggs with some milk and some salt and pepper. I put some oil in my pan. I tend to think that 3 is the magic number when it comes to omelets. Well, I had my heat turned down, but I think the eggs are starting to set up a little, and I'm just going to start moving back the cooked layer and letting the liquidy part roll underneath so it can get cooked and we get a nice even layer of egg. This time I'm going to pop a lid on it and see if we can't get that cooked a little better on top. And next I'm going to start adding my omelet filling onto one side. And it's going to be stuffed. I mean, so much, but that's all right. I love a big fat omelet. And I made some sausage patties. I'm just going to do one like so. And then I'll have another one and just kind of go down the line here. And I have mozzarella cheese still. I thought we had some cheddar, but it got eaten really quickly and it's already gone. But that is fine with me. I'm not real picky. All right, well that got a little hairy, but it'll be fine. This is so huge. All right, well, even though this is a salad-sized plate, this is still a humongous, ginormous omelet. But doesn't that look good? All it's missing is some hot sauce. But that is breakfast for dinner. It is Wednesday. We are almost through this week. And I am happy about that. Hey everyone, it is Thursday. We're doing taco night tonight for dinner. And actually I made this taco meat this morning when I was getting ready for work. I just turned it on while I was drinking my coffee, brushing my teeth, all that fun stuff. So when we came home, all we had to do was heat it up. And everybody else is doing their usual, having flour tortillas or hard shells. And I think somebody, maybe Cameron, even made a taco salad using some Doritos. But I am going to do a couple of lettuce wraps. And I cut my lettuce pieces very strangely. And so they're in awkward shape, but it's okay because they're going to work. I'm going to have a little bit of this Taco Bell Chipotle sauce on my tacos. And a dab of sour cream. And that is quick and easy dinner for tonight. Friday night, date night, Bill and I went to a local pub and had dinner, and we purchased a used vehicle to be my daily driver, which was very needed. As you know, we have lots and lots of grandkids, and they were coming over. They were super excited about the chickens, so they had to make up a song for them. Earlier in the morning, before all of the adventures, I had gotten my sourdough prepared so that Ava and I could bake some bread. Of course, she had to make cookies as well. This was a super busy day. I had picked up my grandson Shane for lunch that day, and we celebrated his 12th birthday by going to Olive Garden and going shopping. I rounded up some of the little ones and brought them home with me that day. Came home. Things are a little bit willy-nilly in this clip, but that's because I had to throw things together really quickly. I had a ham in the freezer that I was just kind of throwing in a pot and doing like a really quick boiled dinner, which boiled dinner usually has like fresh veggies, cabbage, and potatoes and stuff. But I had a ham that I got busy and just started getting the meat off as it was thawing out in the pot. And as you could see, all of that good marrow was cooking out of the bone and giving it such a good flavor. The kids and I went out and we cleaned out the chicken coop. We do the deep litter method, so it was time to get that all taken out. which is a big chore, but they were super helpful. And then we came back in and finished up our dinner, which was ready by then. We just toasted up some sourdough, smashed our potatoes, and had some of the ham and other veggies, and that was dinner. And that is all I have for this week. It was a very busy week, and dinners were all very satisfying and delicious. Thank you all for coming by and checking out this video. If you liked it, be sure to subscribe and hit the bell so that you can see what we're cooking up at our house. I'll see you next week. Bye.